Hey there, welcome to Kaylee Does. Have you ever wanted to make the perfect cinnamon roll? This is going to be the perfect addition to any breakfast, lunch, supper, snack, middle of the night. This feels really awkward. So super fail here, I actually forgot to film the first part. So I will just tell you what to do. You're gonna wanna scald some milk, which means you're just gonna heat it up till it's steaming and then take it off the element. Then you're gonna boil some potatoes and mash them, add them to the milk, and then you're going to add some butter and sugar and then let it all cool. And I'll have all the recipe all below so you'll know exactly how much to do with each thing. Once you have everything cooled to lukewarm, you will move on to step 2. So step 2 is adding yeast, sugar, and warm water to a bowl until it bubbles up for about 5 minutes. Not every recipe will say this, but the sugar will really help the yeast grow. So now you're gonna add your first little bit of flour and mix it in really nicely. And then you are gonna keep it in a warm place. You can put it in the oven with just a light on and let it bubble up for about 20 minutes. So once you have it all bubbled up, you're gonna add the egg and salt. So you're just gonna whisk those up together and then add them to your main mixture and then add the rest of your flour. Then you're gonna mix it all up until it forms a slightly sticky dough, but mostly can come together in a ball. And then you're going to prepare your counter by just adding a little flour to your counter and then knead it for about 6 minutes altogether until it feels really nice and smooth and satiny. And then you're gonna put it back into your bowl, cover it with a towel, and let it rise for a full hour. The next step is going to be turning this into cinnamon rolls, and I have my counter all prepped, so let's get started. So the best way to prep your counter for this last step here is to put either oil or butter on the counter, and then you wanna put some on your rolling pin as well. You wanna try to make your dough as long as possible because if it's really wide, like going this way as opposed to going this way, then it's gonna just make really fat cinnamon rolls, which are good, but a little bit harder to cook. The first little tip is melt your butter when you're putting it on because it's gonna spread so much more easily and it's not gonna destroy the dough like using non-melted butter would. And the second is to use a pastry brush. Now that you have that step done, the next step is to add the sugar. And then the cinnamon. So here's where you can really have a party. Okay, so now we're gonna roll them up. So just start at the edge, kind of fold over a little flap. And I like to sprinkle just a little bit of sugar on the bottom of the pan. And this is gonna add a little bit of a syrup, kind of a thick syrup. Don't worry about squishing them, just cut them gently and then you can kind of put them back into shape when you're putting them in the pan. They're just gonna rise for a few minutes while the oven gets up to heat, and then in a little bit they are going to be all ready to go. So you're going to let the cinnamon rolls rise on the counter for another hour, and then you're going to bake them for 20 minutes at 400 and then pull them out and enjoy them. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you next time.